Lift your soft palate. What does that even mean? This is what drives me crazy about a lot of voice teachers. I've been through so many. I've had clients who have come to me and have said that other voice teachers have told them things like, lift your soft palate. And they're just maybe lifting their mouth a little bit, maybe smiling, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with engaging these muscles right here, but it's not necessarily lifting your soft palate. So, how do you know if you're lifting your soft palate? Well, you kind of don't. It's something that you have to learn what it feels like to actually do it. So in our soft palate, that's the little thing that dangles right behind the uvula. It touches our tongue. So it's completely down if you're making an NG sound, like sing. That soft palate is completely down. And you know what? Hold on a second. I forgot my little buddy here. Okay, so this is your soft palate right here. So you have your hard palate right behind your teeth. And then your soft palate begins further back right after this bone ends and then dangles down, okay? This person right here has a mid soft palate. It's not lifted. If it was lifted, it would completely block off the nasal passage. If it was down making that NG sound, it would be touching the tongue. A lot of us, not everyone, it depends on where you're from, what language you speak, and how you speak, but a lot of times we're in this sort of mid soft palate range. And in order to get a good sound, sometimes, depending on the genre, we need to have a lifted soft palate. But this little thing right here doesn't have a whole lot of nerve endings in it. So it's very hard to feel when it's all the way down or all the way up. So how do we know? How can we get that soft palate lifted? By doing things that you already know how to do that naturally lifts the soft palate. So I'm going to give you 3 different exercises that you can try. One of them you already know how to do. Yawn. Just yawn. That space that's created, that big open space in the back of the mouth, that is partially because your soft palate is lifting up. There are other things that are opening up as well, like the pharynx is kind of stretching out, things like that. But that is lifting the soft palate. That sort of feeling. And if you can make a sound, while you're doing it, that's a lifted soft palate. That's, pretty simple, I think. Another one you can do is that feeling right before you sneeze. That feeling when the sneeze doesn't quite come yet. That feeling. That again should feel very open in the back. That's another way that you can feel that lifted soft palate. One other way is to do an impression of an owl or maybe a dove or a pigeon. So you're not hearing that's more of a goose. You might feel lifted in the back, that sort of open sensation in the back. That is a lifted soft palate, all right? So we're not sounding like this. We're sounding like this. Hello, I have a lifted soft palate. So by doing those exercises and really getting in tune with how that feels in the back of your throat, you become a little more accustomed to what the sensation is of lifting the soft palate. And that means that if you lift the soft palate, you get that feeling of lifting the soft palate more often, you get in tune with that feeling, then the more that you're going to be able to do it on command. It may take a little while. You may do it in a couple minutes. It may take you a few weeks. But you really get used to that feeling, and then you can lift the soft palate. Another thing that you can do just to test, if you're not sure if you lifted the soft palate, you can do the nose test. So that is when you pinch your nose while you're making sound. If the sound changes, that means that the soft palate is not quite lifted enough. If the sound doesn't change, then that means that the soft palate is all the way lifted. So let's give that a try. Notice there's no sound. I mean, sorry, there is a sound, but notice that there's no change in the sound. Now, I'm going to do it with a sort of mid soft palate, and you're going to see a difference in that sound. You notice how the sound kind of changes a little bit as I do that? That means my soft palate isn't up. So, okay, now it's lifted. Now I am able to test that. So, do the yawning, do the sneeze, or the almost sneeze, do the owl or dove, woo, 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 woo. And as you make those sounds, see. Now, if you're going to make an N, by the way, if you're N's, M's, you're going to have a little nasality coming from that because that's just the nature of the consonant. But just a pure vowel shouldn't change with that nose test. So keep testing that. Keep getting in touch with your body and how it feels, because singing is feeling. Because we don't have as much of a visual as other instruments, we have to rely on how things feel. And if you don't know how to feel your soft palate lifting, you won't be able to do it. Keep getting in touch with the body. If you want to learn more, I do have a free community where I post videos like this, tips and tricks. We have challenges, getting your song out. I'll link that below.